Hello, good morning, friends. Today I'm going to start the classification of elements and periodic properties. So, in this chapter, first of all, let us have the introduction first. So, when you are trying to know, before 19th century, that is around, that is 1800 century. Okay, so very few elements discovered, very few elements. Now what is happening, student? No, around 18 to 19th century, very few elements were there. But in the after 19th century, this is now after 1900 century. So what you will finding, that is more number is there, more number discovered, more number of element discovered, more number of element discovered. What is happening, dear friends, if you talk about this? So before 19th century, there are total number of element is around 36, but after 19th century, total number of elements are how many? 118. Okay, that that is there in your books also. So what we are going to do here is out of 118 elements. Okay, so 92 are the natural element, 92 are natural. Okay, 92 are natural, and other are, if you talk about the other element, that is artificial. Other element are artificial. Actually, up to 92 atomic number. Okay, up to 92 atomic number. This is my meaning is the up to 92 atomic number elements are what is, they are the natural element. Okay, up, out of this, actually out of these 92, two elements are exception are also there. That is, one is the promethium and another is the technetium. Okay, technetium and promethium are exception. It means around 90 elements are natural elements, and remaining, when you are talking about, that is they are the artificial elements. They may be the radioactive elements where the lifetime will be very less. So what we are going to do is, student, that is the when the least number, suppose the 20 or 36 elements are there, so study of the elements is very easy. You can easily study the 30 element, 20 elements easily, one by one. But when there is a 118 element, so it is very difficult to study separately their physical properties, chemical properties, their other properties by one. It is too difficult, it is too time consuming. So what the scientists did, they started the classifying the elements. It is just like the similar, student, that if you see the your classroom, that is your school, you see that is 1,000 students are there. It is very difficult for teacher to teach one student. But what they do in a school, they classified the all the student in the several sections or the several classes. So on the basis of their age, or on the basis of their IQ, they are classified into the different classes. So similarly, there are the 118 elements are there. There are 118 elements, and these elements will be classified in the group and period. Okay, in the group and period. So that what will happen is, student, their study will be easy. So that is why the elements, whatever the element discovered, are the classified. Okay, that is known as classification of elements. And periodic properties means, what is meaning of this chapter, student? That is periodic properties. If you know the periodic properties, means after certain interval, the properties of elements will be same. Okay, so that is the introduction is all about. And next, the important point is, that is need of periodic table. Okay, need of periodic table. Need of periodic table. So if you want to know the need of periodic table, friend, so what is the need of periodic table? Firstly, there are so many elements are there. Okay, so their study will be difficult. One by one study will be difficult. So what is the first need of the periodic table? To make the study of element easy. To make the study of element easy. Okay, so that is the first things, to make the study of elements easy. That is, we are classified. And second property is, suppose student, that is the, if you are studying one element, it is too much time taking. But if you classified into the different group, so what is, one group is having 6 to 7 element. So what will happen, suppose we are taking this first group, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. So what happen, whatever you are going to study, student, this is suppose one group. So if you are studying the any one element, you study the properties of one element, properties of one element. So properties of one element, if you are studying, so other properties itself you will be able to study, like that is valency of all the elements will be the one. Okay, oxidation number also will be the one. And in the nature, if you want to know nature, that is, nature is, that is what, all the metallic. Okay, metallic. So when you are going, so n number of properties you will be derived from this group. So what is happening, student, one by one, if you are studying one by one eight element, it will take huge time. But when you are classifying, after classifying, you are studying the only few elements, and the properties of other elements, it is easily you can understand. It is the similar that in your classroom, if the any teacher is teaching to any one student, whole class is studying, the similar is there. That is what we are doing, that we are actually saving the time. Okay, so that is what is the need of periodic table, to make the study of element easy. And second is to save the time, to save the time. So this is also the second property, second point for the discovery of elements. Okay, need of periodic table. So need of periodic table, why do we classify the element? First point is to make the study of elements easy, and second is to save the time. Thank you so much for watching, friends. We are going for the next, the earlier attempt for the periodic table. Okay, so the how to element will be classified. Okay, the first attempt has been given by the Dove-Renier. Okay, so Dove-Renier was the German scientist. He gave the triads model. Dear friend, firstly you try to understand what is meaning of triads. Okay, triads. So triads means what is group of three element. Group of three element. This is the meaning of group of three elements. This is his model. And what he said, that is, when the elements are arranged in the, what is the group of three, in increasing order of their atomic masses. So what he said, that is the mean of first and last element should be equal to the second element. So now let us see, that is what is, this is given by, when you talking about given by, who give this model, given by. So this is a German scientist, German scientist. His name was the John Dove-Renier. If you see this one, Dove-Renier, John Dove-Renier. And here, if you existing year, that is, this model was the very successful in the 1815 to 1829. Not after that the another model came. This model failed after this time. So what is the said, his law is saying, he given the law. What is the triads law? The law given by the Dove-Renier is known as triads law. So what is meaning of triads law? Let us see the meaning of triads law. So triads law is there, that is Dove-Renier saying, that is when elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic masses. So like this, when elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic masses, then atomic masses in group of 3, in group of 3, group of 3, then mean of, okay, mean of first and second, first and third element, first and third elements is equal to second element, is equal to second element, is equal to second element. Now friend, what is the meaning of this? Okay, if you try to understand little in detail, so what the Daubert-Regnier is saying, that is when the elements are arranging in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay, when you are arranging the increasing order of atomic masses, so it is saying that is what is the arithmetic mean is there. Okay, arithmetic mean, he is saying that is atomic mass of first, atomic mass of first plus atomic mass of what, student? Atomic mass of third, okay, divided by 2, that is mean equal to mass of what element? Mass of second element. Okay, then when he gave the model like this, what he find, that is when the three atoms the element they arranged, and then find that is properties of three elements are almost nearly same. Okay, all three are metal. If they are metal, they are metal. If all are if one metal means all three are metal. If one is non-metal means all three are non-metal. So that is, he gave the 3-4 triads. So triads 1, let us see. He gave triads 1. So what is triads 1? The very triads 1 he gave, that is he taken the 3 elements. Okay, 3 elements. Triads means 3 elements. So what he take, that is he take that lithium, sodium, and he took the potassium. Up see the atomic weight or atomic mass. So atomic mass of these elements are 7, this is 23, and here is 39. Of mean, when you are going to calculate, student, mean, so mean means that is mass of first, okay, mass of what, student? Mass of first plus mass of which element? Mass of third, and divided by 2. So what you are getting, element, student, that is mass of first is 7 plus 39 upon 2, equal to how much is coming? 46 upon 2, and 46 upon 2 is coming 23. 46 upon 2 is coming, how much is coming, student? It is coming 23, and 23 is the mass of which element? Mass of the second element. This is the first element, this is the second element, okay, and this is the third element. So what we are finding, what the law is saying, friend, that is the mean of first and last, mean of first and third is equal to the mean of is equal to the mass of second. So that is 7 plus 39, 46 by 2, it is coming 23. This is equal to the mass of sodium. So that is, this is the first triads. Now let us move and see the triads number 2. So here I am erasing, student, to explain the other triads. So when you are going to see that is triads number 2, what you will find, that is in the triads number 2 he given the chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So here I am giving that is triads 2. So triads 2, that is firstly take the elements. What elements he took? That is chlorine, next one is bromine and iodine. If you talk about atomic mass, student, how much atomic mass? Chlorine is, that is 35.5, bromine is 80, and iodine is 127. Rule is saying, friend, rule is saying that is they are saying that is mean of first and third, mean of first and third should be equal to atomic mass of second element. Now you check it, that is it is coming, this is the approx it should come. So that is, if you are calculating mean, so that is first, mass of first, you write better, you can write that is mass of first. So mass of first, the mass of first element plus mass of third element, mass of third element divided by what? That is 2. A mass of first is given how much? 35.5, and mass of third is given 127 divided by 2, and if you add this one, it is coming how much? 162.5. It is coming 162.5 divided by 2. If you do, it is coming 81.25, and 81.5 is the approx mass of what element? Second elements. So this triads is also successful because all the chlorine, bromine and iodine is having almost similar properties. So this model is also quite successful. Now what we have to do, student, we have to go for the other triads. So let us see, that is he gave the one more triads. Okay, so let us see the triads number third. So what is the triads number third, friend? Triads number first he is taken, that is group number that is the calcium, strontium and barium. So that is, here we are writing, that is triads third. Triads third. So triad thirds in his periodic model he gave, and he took the element. What element he took, student? That is, it is taking the calcium, then strontium, then barium. Calcium was the first element, and strontium was the second element, and barium was the third element. Okay, that we have to keep in the order. What is the atomic masses, friend? If you want to know, that is atomic masses. Atomic masses. So atomic mass, if you do calcium, that is the 40, and strontium 88 and barium 137. Apply the rule. Okay, according to Daubert-Renier. Okay, so when you are going to according to Daubert-Renier, so what the Daubert-Renier is saying, student, let us see. Okay, that is mean equal to, Daubert mean is saying mean equal to, that is mass of, okay, what he is saying, how he is calculating the mean? Mass of first element plus mass of which element? Mass of third divided by 2, so equal to mass of second. So that is mass of first 40 plus 137, 40 plus 137 by 2. And if you divide this, student, it will come 177 by 2, and if you divide this, it is coming 88.5, and 88.5 is equal to the mass of second element. So this is also triads. So 3 triads he gave, but this is also applicable for few like that, applicable for other element like that. Okay, triads, for example, other is also applicable, like that is sulfur, selenium and technetium, Tc. So for this element, this model is also applicable, but this model is not applicable for all the elements. When you go in the 19th century, there are 118 elements are there, and this model cannot be applied for all the elements. So that is why this model failed. So what is the limitation when you are going for the limitation, friend? So here I am writing limitation of triads model. Triads model. Okay, so limitation of triads model means this model is not applicable for all the known elements, because friends, because that is, there are so many elements are there, they are having same properties, but their atomic masses are not varying that much. So that is what, this is not applicable for all the elements. That is why this model failed. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Now the next periodic law is, that is Newland law of octaves. Okay, so when you talk about this one, the meaning of the octave, what is meaning of octave? Octave means 8. Okay, so let us see, student, that is in the short, when you are talking to understand this one, octave is there, octave. So when you are talking about the octaves, friend, this is, that is, he said, that is every eighth elements having similar properties, similar properties to first element, similar properties to first element. Okay, similar properties to first element. So this is the law, first elements. Now what we have to understand, this actually this is given by the, okay, English chemist. Okay, so he was the worker in the sugar factory. Then he left the job and he started studying the elements, properties of elements. Then that is the name of the scientist is, this was the John Newland. So here if you want to know, that is little divide, this is given by who given, that is English chemist. Okay, he was the British chemist, actually you can say English chemist or that is British chemist, both are same. And name is what, that is John Newland. So here is John Newland. Actually what the John Newland said in the 1865, he given, that is octave law. He gave the octave law. So let us study, friend, what is the octave law. Here I am erasing and then I am telling you the law he proposed for the classification of the elements. So this law was the quite successful up to the few elements, and he said when elements are, okay, law I am writing the octave law. Octave law. So what the octave law, he said that when elements are arranged in increasing order of, increasing order of what, atomic masses. So when they are arranging in the increasing order of atomic masses, then what is happening, increasing of atomic masses, then every eighth element is in similar properties with first element. Okay, with first elements. Now this you try to understand, friend, in the also this is also that he said that is based on what, that is based on the musical notes. Okay, musical notes, based on, this is also based on musical note. A musical notes is what, friend, that is sa re ga ma pa is there. So after the every 8 the same is getting repeated. So let us see, that is what is the notes are there, musical notes are there. What is the notes, friend? First note is sa, re, next one is ga, next one is ma, pa, dha, ni. Again what will come? Again sa. So sa re ga ma pa dha ni. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 is again the same. So if you want to know, that is if you want to arrange the element, that is suppose lithium, then what will come? Lithium, then beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. Then again what will come? That is sodium, then it will come sodium. After the sodium it will come magnesium, then aluminium, then it will come silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Then again it will come potassium and then calcium. Dear friend, it is applicable up to calcium only, not for the all the element. Now you see, you start from any of the element. Every 8 elements is having the same properties. Suppose lithium, if you talk about lithium, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, lithium and sodium is having the same property. How can you say that is lithium and sodium is having same property? Because both are the alkali metal, both are the metal. Okay, lithium, sodium, potassium, whatever we have mentioned here, all is having the similar properties. Now let us see first element. Okay, first element, if you want to see, first element is lithium, and eighth element, if you want to know eighth element, So eighth element is which one is, student? This is the sodium. If you see electronic configuration, if you want to see, that is 2 and 1. Outer shell is having 1 electron. Sodium, if you want to know, that is how much is there? 2, 8 and 1. So again outer cell is having how many electron? That is 1 electron is there. So that is if you talk about valency. So valency is how much will come? 1. Oxidation number, if you want to talk about oxidation number, is +1. And if you talk about the any other properties, they all are the metal. So what they are saying, that is when the elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic masses, then every 8th elements are getting repeated with the properties. Now you see, if you talk about the beryllium, so beryllium, suppose if you are considering 1, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So this one is, if it is 1, so it is there. Beryllium and magnesium, if you talk about beryllium and magnesium, both are having same property. So whatever the Newland discovered this periodic table, that was the quite feasible. Up to what this periodic table is feasible, acceptable for the calcium. For the higher atomic mass element, this periodic table is not applicable. And why this periodic table fail? See, in this one there is no place, no, we are not putting the noble gases. So after the discovery of the noble gases, this will be also failed. So that is when you are going to write the limitation of the this Newland octave law. Let us write the sum of the limitation. There is the few limitation is there. Okay, 1 2 limitation are there. So what is the limitation number 1, friend? When you want to know the limitation number 1, so applicable only for elements, applicable only for elements up to calcium, or up to atomic number 40. This is the first limitation. If you go for the second one, it is not applicable. It is not applicable for what, student? Not applicable for heavier elements. If you talk about, so it is not applicable for heavier elements. So those who are having atomic number like that 80, 90, 70, okay, they are not applicable. Third is no place for noble gases. So after the discovery, at this time actually the noble gases were not discovered during the Newland octave law, and after that noble gases. But when you are going to include the noble gases, so after 8th element, so it will become, the law will become after the 9th element. Okay, every 9th element will be the similar to the first element. So this law will be failed for the higher element. Thank you. Now the next periodic table is, that is Lothar-Meyer curve. Okay, now this Lothar-Meyer curve is also quite feasible. Okay, so what that is based on what? This is the based on the atomic mass and atomic volume. Okay, atomic mass and atomic volume. So what they said, this law is saying, student, when you are going, that is when you are arranging the arranging in increasing order of the, what we are doing here, we are arranging the atoms in their increasing order of the atomic masses. Okay, so when what we are finding is, student, you are this saying, that is similar position, similar properties. Okay, they said, Lothar-Meyer said, that is similar position. Whatever he said, that is similar position proportional to similar properties. Okay, similar properties. Dear friend, when you are talking about similar position, how they are arranging this, arranging in the increasing order of atomic masses. So what you are finding, student, you are finding, that is whatever the, suppose the, if any element are finding the peak position, suppose lithium is there, okay, then it will come, that is sodium. Okay, then what will come? This is the potassium. Then after that rubidium will come, and finally it will come, that is cesium. So these many elements are there. So top element, when you are going to talk about, that is top element. So top elements are what? That is alkali metal. Okay, so why alkali metal are kept on the top? They are taking the top position because their atomic masses are very high. So alkali metals, you take, this is what this is known as, student, that is PIC. PIC means what, student? Alkali metal. PIC means what? Alkali metal. Alkali metals also you can say that is, student, you say that is metal. And when you are going for the, student, for the other, okay, alkaline earth metal, so where you will be able to keep, so wherever the descending order is there, student, descending order, so this is the descending order. So at the descending order, here is also descending order. So descending order of the curve, you put the alkaline earth metal, beryllium. Then here will come, that is magnesium. Here will come, student, calcium. Descending means going down. And then it will coming, what with, student, it is coming the strontium, and finally this will come is barium. And when you are, so means descending order, descending, so descending means what is coming, student? Alkaline earth metal. Alkaline, what is coming, student? Alkaline earth metal. Okay, because of its small board, student, it may be little difficult to understand, but again I will try to explain it to you. When ascending is there, student, when you are going ascending, okay, so ascending means what will come, student? This is ascending line here. So here if you talk about this one, student, so this one come for fluorine, and this ascending line, that is chlorine, this ascending line, that is bromine, and this ascending line, this is iodine. So at ascending line means what, student? This is coming the halogens. Okay, ascending line means halogen. Now the last why the minima, that is, these are the minima. When you are talking about minima of curve, so in the minima of curve, what will be there, student? There will be the transition metal. Like here if you go, that is cobalt, this will come copper, here is the ruthenium, here will come rhodium. So R is that is this all with that. So that is minima of the curve will take what, student? This will take, that is transition metal. So minima of the curve will take, that is transition metal. So this is all about the Lothar-Meyer curve. And so if you want to see, student, so PIC is taken by the alkali metal, and descending of the curve is taken alkaline earth metal, ascending of the curve is taken by the halogen, and the minima of the curve, whatever there is a this is the depression is there, that minima will take the transition metal. Now this one, if you want to know, that is how the principle of this one Lothar-Meyer curve, little the principle you can write, student, that is curve you can draw, student. Okay, easily you can draw, but in the curve what we have to key, special emphasis we have to give, that is the PIC should take the alkali metal, and descending order alkaline earth metal, ascending order halogens, and that is the minima is taking, what it will take, minima will take, student, that is minima will take, that is the transition metal. Now, student, how the, if you are talking law, so law is when elements are arranged, when elements are arranged in increasing order of atomic masses, increasing order of atomic masses on graph, then similar position elements have similar properties. So if you talk about a student, suppose PIC is there. So PIC, what they are taking, PIC is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and cesium. They all is having the same properties. If the descending, if you talk about the student descending, so what is coming descending? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, and barium. This is also having the same property. If you are going for ascending, friend, ascending of the curve, what are there? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So what you are finding, this is also very much applicable. This law is very much applicable for the elements, but this law also fail for the all the elements. So why this law is fail? Limitation is what, student? It is difficult to represent all the elements. Okay, that is why this law is fail. That you will not be able to represent all the elements on the graph. Okay, because 118 elements are there, it is very difficult to represent all the element on a small graph. Means the representation on paper is not possible. So first failure is limitation. When you are going to write the friend, if you want to write the limitation, so what we can write? Limitation representation is difficult. Now another is there. First one is the limitation is difficult. Second one is no proper explanation for elements. Okay, for elements in graph. So even that is, they did not represent for the noble gases also. That is why this periodic table failed. This is all about the Lothar-Meyer curve.